Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. As I promised, here's part 2 to making the Yule log. I'm doing it a little different this year than I did last year, but we'll get into that in just a second. Hang tight and I will show you the necessary ingredients to make it. Alright y'all, this is the supplies that I'll be using. Now, I do recommend getting a pair of gloves, whether it be the non-latex like I have, or any type of worker's gloves before you start collecting your pine straw and everything. It took me forever to get the pine sap off of my hands. Had to use like some grease cleaner. Anywho, so I do suggest putting on a pair of gloves. Now this year, I am going to use hot glue like I did last year, but I'm also going to use a couple drill bits to help stabilize everything else. At the end of this video, I will include the Yule log that I made last year so y'all can see the comparison. So let's get started. This year I have my log, which is a little bit smaller. It's only, oh shit, there's a spider. Go away, spider. I'm not a fan of spiders, as anybody who knows me could tell you, so it is not permitted in my workspace. Anywho, okay. So this year I have 1 foot of a pine log. It's got to dry out some, but even if it's a little wet, you can go ahead and make it and just sit it out so it can dry, since you're not going to be using it for a couple weeks. Any type of natural string, there's that damn spider again. Any type of natural string, I am using palm tree fibers. Let's see, there we go. And you can use yarn, cotton yarn, really anything. I got some pine straw, some pine cones, and of course a little bit of holly to add a little color. But my favorite thing is these funky colored flames. I've never used these before, but you can get them at Walmart and they come in a little different little packs. You won't be putting this on your Yule log today. This will be for right before you dump it into the fire, sprinkle it on it. Last year I used copper sulfate, I do believe it's called, but it didn't do very well. Somebody recommended I try these funky flames, so we will see. Anywho, so we're going to take the drill and I'm going to use a 1-inch drill bit, I think it's called. Anyway, don't laugh at me for people who actually know what it is, and let's hope I don't kill myself. I am going to drill 3 holes in my log and we'll be right back. Alrighty, so I did the 2, I don't know if you can see, the 2 large holes, and then I actually used a lot smaller drill bit to do the middle hole. And this isn't necessary, I didn't do it last year. I just wanted to try something different this year because I found this little guy when I was looking for decorations, and I just thought it would be cute to put it right in the middle. Last year I just used hot glue on everything. See, I'm going to put him right in the middle. Then I'm going to use the pine cones and put them here. I figured the holes might be a little bit better than just trying to hot glue it, but we shall see. But remember, it doesn't really matter. You can just use hot glue, which I am still going to use. So I'm going to hot glue these back and we will continue. My silly self left out that you will need a hot glue gun to do this project. I have a low heat hot glue gun that I'm using, and you can use your plain old clear hot glue stick. It will do just as good as anything. I found these glitter sticks at the Dollar Tree a while back, and I thought I'd give them a try. So we will see if they will hold worth of shit. So once you start getting everything hot glued in, I personally like to put the hot glue on the project that I'm putting on it, just in case it don't fit quite kosher to something. You can always stick it on and then hot glue it around. And if you've ever messed with hot glue, you know how irritating it can be to get the new glue stick in. But with this glitter glue, I'm not as concerned about how it looks because it adds a very cute glitter side to my Yule log. So we are going to finish gluing these pieces on, like so. Okay, so then once you get your main pieces glued on, then you're going to use the string or twine or whatever you have chose to use to add a little decoration to it. Now keep in mind, you can make this as complicated or as simple as you want. If you don't want to use holly, if you don't want to use the ties, you do not have to. You can make it however. That is the beauty of a Yule log. Now each year I do this, I learn something new. Like just now, I learned that you want to wrap the Yule log before you hot glue the stuff to the top. It would make my life a lot easier. But anywho, we learned that for next year. As you wrap it, be sure to keep whatever you're wrapping with it slightly loose, because you're going to want to try to stick some of this holly in it if you're using holly. And as I said in my last video, when you go to burn it, if you wish to write anything that's, you want to let go of the previous year on a piece of paper, you're going to want to be able to slide it in whatever type of twine you chose to use. Now, a lot of times, shit does not want to stay in place, and that is the beauty of hot glue. You just squirt a little of this glitter glue and say, you're gonna stay where the fuck I put you. It's real simple. Anyway, so you will decorate it. This one's a lot smaller than the one I used last year, so I'm really not sure how it's gonna go, but we're gonna try. So we're gonna add a little bit of pine straw, and that's perfect since I'm using glitter glue on the ends. And I made mine a few weeks in advance last year also, and it actually didn't turn brown before I used it, which was a little surprising. But if you want to, you can make it the night before, or you can make it like I am a few weeks before. It doesn't really matter. And truthfully, if you want to make more than one, make one with your kids, your significant other, make one for just you. I mean, however you want to do it. It is all up to you. But this year, I can't decorate mine as much as I wanted because it's so daggone small. So truthfully, I might end up making 2 of them this year just because I like making them. But I'm using a piece of pine wood this year for prosperity and whatnot. Last year, I did not use pine. But you don't have to use wood that correlates to anything if you don't wish. That's just a preference. Just one of the many preferences of this type of stuff. So anywho. Okay. So for now, I think this is all that my Yule log is going to be able to do. And come the winter solstice, when I burn this, I am going to have a few acorns to throw in the fire to make a wish upon. They do sometimes make a crackling noise, so if you do have acorns, if you're going to go that route, don't be alarmed if you hear them crackling and popping, kind of like popcorn. But like with anything, just be careful when messing with an open flame. Like I'm talking to children, like I know most of y'all are not, because some of us actually like the open flame. Anyway, this will be my Yule log for this year. It's not exactly the most prettiest Yule log ever, but it is mine, and yours will be just as perfect as you are. I do hope that y'all have enjoyed this video, and will stay tuned for my next one. Until next time, y'all.